Resident Evil.
Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Resident Evil the board game. Last time we had a very long session that was broken up into two parts for the majority of you, where Barry and Joseph went back through the guardhouse, or at least that side of the guardhouse, exploring around, trying to find different things, fighting off bees, fighting off vines, fighting off poison, which was horrendous, ultimately to make their way here into this room with the boss fight against Plant 42. I love this mini. This mini is so cool. It's actually been sitting on my shelf for, gosh, since I got this game, because he's too big to fit in the box, and he's just so cool. I love it. I mean, I don't paint. I gotta paint one. I gotta learn how to paint one day for sure. But this guy's just awesome. So I love the design and I love the details on him and everything. But yes, here we are in a boss fight with this giant thing. There's a lot of things going on the map already. So as per usual, let's jump into the book. Let's get ourselves some backstory, learn about some special rules. I will clarify the things as we go forward, and we will see how good we are at gardening. Ready? Let's go ahead and read about our encounter in Guardhouse C. The doors open into a tall function room, the ceiling lost to the murky darkness above. To your right, a staircase leads upwards into the gloom, and you take a step towards it before noticing the sickly scent of pollen in the air. A shower of spores falls from the ceiling towards you, born of a stream of acid, forcing you to dive out of the way. As you make your feet, you can only stare in horror at the creature that expands to fill this chamber. An immense plant. Its heavy vines whipping through the air towards you with lethal intent. You realize now what sent the tendrils you've been burning and wonder whether this bizarre mutant is merely protecting its lair or the malevolence you sense is from a conscious mind. Objective. In this scenario, the characters must kill Plant 42. If Plant 42 is killed, the players successfully complete the scenario. Not sure why they have to repeat that, but you know, that just drives it home. Special rules. Little deck of horrors. At the start of the scenario, separate Plant 42's behavior cards into a lower deck and an upper deck, then shuffle each deck. Place the petal card next to the behavior decks with the closed side face down. Place the Plant 42 reference card with the weakened side face down. If the players discarded the V-Jolt to remove the Vine token during the Guardhouse B scenario, place the reference card with the weakened side face up. Flailing Tendrils. At the start of the scenario, place Plant 42 with its base centered on the skull symbol. If a character starts their turn on or moves into a square containing part of Plant 42's base, they suffer a collision attack and are moved to the closest square that doesn't contain part of Plant 42's base. Multiple level tile. This tile has an upper level and lower level as shown basically in the book. Intervening walls between levels don't block line of sight. Models can't move across intervening walls, but can be pushed across them by Plant 42's attacks. At the start of each tension phase, draw a card from the behavior deck that corresponds to the level the active character is on. Characters in squares on the lower level can't target Plant 42 with attacks. Vantage point. If a character is in a square with a +1 or +2 symbol and performs a successful attack that inflicts 1 or more damage, increase the damage suffered by Plant 42 by the value shown on the symbol. After completing this scenario, reduce the mansion's danger level by 3, then place the helmet key card in the item box. Okay, so I do have a few cards here as opposed to the side where it says it is, but you know, we'll look at them as we go along. First things first, let's just talk about the board itself. I'm just going to move Plant 42 out of the way as well as my guys. So the board itself, as you can pretty much see from the diagram on the side, you have all the different areas. You have up here are your second level. These are like stairs that go up. So this is all considered the first level. And then the outer side here is considered the second level. The skull is in the middle, and that is where Plant 42 goes. But as you can see, Plant 42 is massive, so he's actually touching every one of these squares all around him. So if anybody is in a square, it's collision damage, very similar to how it was for Neptune, where you have to make a little dodge or else suffer 1 damage, and then you're pushed to pretty much either one of these 2 squares, whichever one you want to go to. This is the starting position 1, this is the starting position 2. Now also, if you look on the upper level here, you'll see those +1 and +2s. it's, whoop, come back here, you. The head come off. Yeah, it does that, unfortunately. The +1s are down this way, and then the +2s are to the end. This vine is over here covering that. So if your guys can run up and around here when plant 42 is vulnerable, because it's not vulnerable right yet, that's actually part of its other card, then they can start doing massive damage in addition to whatever it is they fire off from there. There are a few vines that start here. There's a vine here, 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 again, shown on that map. And then, as also mentioned, we are in the petal closed portion of the fight. And I will tell you how it is that we will be able to open up plant 42 by heading on over. So here we have plant 42's 2 decks. We have the lower level and the upper level. Again, you were going to be pulling from each one of those depending on who the active character is and where they are on the map. It doesn't matter. They're both really terrible. You're gonna get beat down pretty badly regardless of whatever side you pull from. The other thing that we talk about is the weakened plant. So normally what you would do is you would just start this on the plant 42 side. And this has the exact same abilities as the other side with the exception of regeneration. If plant 42's health dial is reduced to 0, reset the dial to 20, then flip this card to its opposite side. Defeating the roots, actually going and killing those roots in guardhouse B, making the V-jolts, going downstairs, throwing it on, blah, 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 means that we go from 40 health down to 20. And again, if you're doing true solo, you -10 to both of these, but it's still a lot of health. So we only have to worry about dealing 20 points of damage to this thing. Now, it's closed, so when it's closed, it doesn't take any damage. However, vine limbs, these are the vines that are popping up throughout the course of the map. When a vine is killed, plant 42 suffers 1 damage. That's a great way in order to whittle it down. Aggressive reaction. If the last vine is killed and the closed side of the petal card is face up, flip the card to the open side and place 4 wound tokens on it. During each reaction phase, which is when you pull one from plant 42, remove 1 token. So you would remove the token and then you would pull from plant 42's deck. When the last token is removed, flip the petal card back to close and spawn the vines as shown on the screen briefing, the basic map. So all 4 come back, and then you have to go ahead and kill all the vines again in order to open it up. But again, killing the vines does damage as well. So got a lot of different ways that you can hurt this thing. Speaking of ways that we can hurt this thing, that is why we have Joseph and Barry loaded to the teeth with this stuff. Now, I forgot, and I don't know if it really would have mattered much in Guardhouse B as we were running around, but the vines, again, the vines are here. We know what the vines are, and there's our character card over there. The vines are basic enemies that we can deal with, and if they get pushed, that deals them 1 damage. The handgun is great because at the very least, it's a 50-50 shot of hitting it, and if you push it, it still kills the vine. I should have thought of that better when I put the handgun back from Joseph, because rolling 3 dice, you have a great chance of getting a push, which would have gotten rid of the vine and probably would have helped me out a little bit, but that's okay. That's why Barry has the handgun. But the handgun that Barry has is the one that Joseph had because I put it back into the item box without refilling it. It doesn't automatically refill. I think it only refills back to full if it's in an inventory at the end of the scenario. So Barry has 5 handgun shots, but he also has 5 grenade launcher rounds and 2 incendiary reloads. So Barry is loaded right now. Their goal is to get rid of the vines as fast as possible. Barry also has 2 first aid sprays. I hate this because I have all my first aid sprays on the table. Joseph, however, has a handgun that's full of 15 with some bullet reloads. Shotgun that is at 4 out of 6 with some shotgun reloads and a first aid spray, and he got the flamethrower as well. I figured I'd just throw the flamethrower in here anyway. I can at least get 2 shots on a vine that's close to me, a much greater chance in order to hit them. Just all kinds of stuff along that way. So that is where everybody sits right now. Joseph is at full health. Barry is nearly dead. So Joseph is going to go first. We're going to deal with some vines. And now let's go ahead and lay some weed killer to defeat this thing. All right, here we go. So now we're going to be starting up over here. So we have 1, 2, 3 vines. I am going to use Joseph's free movement to move him back over this way, just to be safe. I think that I have full line of sight to this vine right here, even if Joseph is right there, but I'm going to go ahead and just do that anyway, just to be safe. So now I have a line of sight here, here, and here to all 3 of those vines. Ideally, if I can kill those, Then on Barry's turn, he can kill this one, which will open up plant 42, and then Barry can like move his way down this way and start hitting him, and then eventually get over to the +2s and really start laying down some damage. So that's what we're going to do right now. And we're just going to go ahead and just start unloading on this thing. So we're going to do 1, 2, do I do 2 at a time or do 3? Let's do 2 at a time. So action 1, action 2, action 3. So 3 actions of 2 bullets, a shot at each vine. They call them tendrils, so tendrils wasn't that off. All right, so we'll start with this one right here. Our first 2 bullets are a miss. We'll just try to fire at that one anyway, again, because it's in the back. All right, so that was a very nice shot. So that is defeated. Plant 42 then goes down to 19 health. Let's go ahead at this one over here to where Barry will be ultimately trying to get to. And that is a miss as well. You know what? Let's do 3 shots. So I'll use 3 bullets for action number 4. Again, at this one up here. Even though it's on the upper level, it doesn't block line of sight. And there's nothing here that says I can't hit it from the lower level to the upper level. It just says this wall here doesn't block line of sight. So I see it. So I don't see any reason why I can't hit it. Maybe I'll just go over to this one right now just to be safe. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll fire at that one. And oh yeah, there we go. So even though this is just a push, we push the vine, boom, that goes out of there. Plant 42 goes down to 18 health. And Joseph is already at 6 bullets in his handgun. May seem like a lot right now, but you know, again, his goal is just to kind of get rid of the vines as fast as possible. He is on the lower level. So Plant 42 goes constrict. All right, so he's aiming at Joseph. I don't understand the range because everybody is 1 away from Plant 42, regardless of anything. Like this is a small area, so it's I don't get that. But let's go ahead and he's going to attack Joseph. He needs a small dodge, does 1 damage. A character hit by this attack can only perform 3 actions during the next turn. So we got to see if Joseph dodges, and he does. So he gets a medium dodge. Fantastic. So it goes whoosh, and dodging right out of the way. All right, Barry's turn right now. Barry is really just going to worry about getting rid of the grenade launcher stuff. So he's going to turn over that way. You know what? No, let's take the handgun. Might as well use it while we have it, right? So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, bump, and 3 shots at that one vine. So we'll see if we can just knock that vine out of here. Okay, yes, that's good. So again, it's a push, but pushes do 1 damage to the vines. Boom, that is out of here. That is a very important thing to realize. 17 health. Now, that was 1 action. I'm going to go 2 and 3, but instead of attacking this vine, I'm going to play it safe, and we're going to go ahead and use his first aid spray. It's an A item, so it actually goes back into the A deck. The rest of my first aid sprays are Bs, so there is a chance that I will find that again, and that is a very good thing. 1, 2, 3 right there, and that is going to be the end of Barry's turn. Barry is in the upper level, so we're going to grab an upper level 1. Corrosive spray. Again, range of 2. I don't get it. He's there, like he's going to get hit regardless of anything, but whatever. Barry needs to make a really, really big attack or he takes a damage. See, that's why I heal him. Really, really big dodge. That's what I meant. And of course, Barry only gets 1 dice to dodge. Oh, and it was a medium dodge too. That would have been great, but nope. Hits him. At least he's not poisoned. That's fine. It wouldn't make any sense to be poisoned here because you're not pulling any attention cards, but yeah. Okay, so Joseph goes. All right, so we're going to do free movement here for Joseph, and then I'm going to go 1, 2. So ideally, I'm just going to play it like this. I'm on the same level. I can look straight across here, and then I can shoot this vine. What stinks, though, is that I can shoot it, and I can kill it, but the problem is then he'll open, and that'll only give me 1. You know, I think I can do it. All right, so we're going to do that. Whoosh, right over there to that vine. Let's just go ahead and fire off the handgun one more time. Bop. So that's 3 shots from that. And because Joseph is technically on the 2nd level, if he manages to kill this vine, then he'll be able to hit Plant 42, which will be nice. Flipping that down. Oh, jeez. Okay, good. Flip that up. Good. So that goes boom like that. Another one gone. Down to 16 health. And before we even get anything else going, let's go ahead and take our last action with a shotgun blast. Because right now, the pedal has opened up. Sorry about that abrupt cut right there. I don't know if anybody noticed it or whatever, but my poor 2-year-old got sick while I was recording, and being that I'm the only one here with them, I had to go up there and take care of it. Sucks being sick like that when you're so young. You can't really do anything about it, but hey, that's the things you got to do when you're a parent, right? And now that I am back in the game, the thing that I have to do is defeat this plant. So Joseph, shotgun, blast to the dome. Here we go. All right, even if I get 1 damage on this thing, I'd be more than happy with that. Oh, yes, that's 2 damage on it. Sweet. So we go from 16 down to 14. I don't get any bonus damage on it, but that is okay. Also, we did flip this over to the pedal side, so I gotta remember to put 1, 2, 3, 4 wound tokens on it, and just put them on the corners because I think that's more thematic or weird, I guess. And now that Joseph was able to hit it like that, it is Plant 42's turn, removing one of these. And because he is technically on the upper level, we are drawing from this deck. Lashing Tendrils. Oh, joy. Wow, he has to do this. Wow. When making evade rolls, if the character is within 1 square of a vine, increase the evade difficulty to medium. That's okay. Well, we're not near a vine, and he's actually hitting him 3 times. So I got to do 3 dodges of at least small. So we'll see if we just do it all at once. Each one of these dice represents a hit. So 1, 2, 3. Are we dodging away? Well, we're dodging 1. That's a great attack roll, but not so much a defense roll at all. Oh, Joseph. Oof. 1, 2. Good thing he has a first aid spray as well. But the best thing is, we got Barry's turn right now, and Barry has a grenade launcher with Plant 42 in its sights. And all Barry's going to do is he's going to move over 1 space, because this is a +1 and that is a +2. As long as Barry does at least 1 damage to this thing, then that +2 will trigger in. So, first grenade launcher shot is the explosion, which is a 3. Oh, that's a 3, so that's 4 damage to Plant 42. Whoa, what a hit! Down to 10. Oof. Ooh, schma. Okay, so that was the first shot. I'm actually just taking 2 more grenade shots at this thing, and that's going to end Barry's turn because he moved for 1, shot for 1. So that was 1 grenade. Now we're going to fire 2 more grenade shots. The grenade launcher is at 2, and this is a rapid fire. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Fire off that way. Each one of these is a +1, so that is 2, 3, 6, 7. That is 7. Oh my goodness. 7 damage right there. Woo-wee, so Plant 42 is already at 3 health. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you want to be able to kill the roots, or else, you know, you'd have to do 40 damage to this thing as opposed to just 20. So now, because we're on the upper level, let's see what happens. He could just knock me over, so we'll see what we got. Spore Stream, again, 2 away, so that's kind of weird, but small evade does 2 damage. After resolving this attack, spawn a vine in the same square as the target. So now, even though a vine comes back, the petal is technically open, so I can still do damage to Plant 42 directly. If it closes, then I would need to defeat that vine in addition to the other 4 that spawned out. But for right now, we just gotta make sure to dodge this attack. This thing hurts. This thing hurts a lot, but this is a very brute force fight where you get it open and then you unload on it the best that you can. And we got a medium dodge. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's so good. I avoided the 2 damage. However, as I said before, a vine bloops right on the bottom of Barry right there. I could. Well, now it's Joseph's turn. What does Joseph have in his handgun? He has 3 bullets left. Again, it doesn't block line of sight. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do free movement for Joseph. And then I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we'll go ahead and just empty his handgun. So we're going to move that down to a 0. Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave the shotgun. The other thing is too far away. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm just going to shoot 3 at the vine at Barry's feet. Hope you got your dancing shoes on, Barry. So watch your hot feet. Hi-ya. Oh, nice. Boom, 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 boom. Firing off at that vine, taking it out like so, which is great. And again, 1 damage to Plant 42, bringing his health down to 2, but then another thing is gone. So we have to kill it. We have to do 2 damage to it, please. This turn, Actually, no. I added those things to 1. Isn't it technically dead? Because I'm on a +2. I did a 2, so I did 4. 5. I did 9 damage to that. You know what? Let's just keep going. We're having fun. Whatever. I realized my math was wrong, so we've technically beaten this thing already, but we're going to keep going because I want to see what else we got here. Ooh, drag. So this is the one that's terrible, and he is going after Joseph with this one. Medium dodge, 1 damage. A character hit by this attack is placed in the closest square occupied by part of Plant 42's base. At that moment, when that happens, the collision attack goes forward. So then I have to make a little dodge, or else I am, taking 1 damage, but then I get moved out to the side. Okay, so first things first, Joseph has to try to dodge. What did we get? We got the large. Okay, so regardless of anything, it does nothing, which is fine because no one was hit by this attack. Fantastic. He avoided the dodge for once. Oh, here comes the tentacle. Oh, sure, I'm getting better now there, Planty. I really don't want to use any more grenade rounds. I wanted to put on the incendiary rounds and everything, which I guess I still could, because those would be what I would run forward with for a while. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do it, or do I want to hold on to the incendiary rounds until we go up against our next boss? Because right now, what do I got? I got 12. Do I have 12 or 2 shots? No, I'm sorry. I have 2 shots. I only have 2 shots. Forget it. Never mind. I am going to go ahead and just lob another basic grenade at this thing. Because again, we're on the +2 spot. So as long as I do A damage, then we beat it. And that, my friends, is it. Again, I forgot that I already did that extra damage before. So technically, that's 5 damage to this thing. I probably could have easily beaten it at this point with everything that I have at 40 health. But regardless of anything, Plant 42 has withered to nothingness.
What the hell is this thing?
Barry!
Jill!
That was close. Thanks again.
Don't mention it. But what was that? What the hell's going on in this place?
Yeah, so just like in the video game, if you manage to open it up and expose the, squishy center that is Plant 42, you are able to defeat that thing easily. I am still glad that I used that first aid spray on Barry because he needed it. Otherwise, he would have been dead. Also, with this guy, I've noticed that the more characters you have on the field, the harder this is because this is such a small area and he does so many powerful attacks that you really got to be careful on who's going when and what turn order and everything to be able to hit him correctly and stuff like that. So it can be a challenge with like a lot of guys, but I think 2 is a perfect amount because 1 take care of the vine, the other just unloads whatever powerful attack he has on them. With that said, off to the end phase. First things first, we'll have the mansion danger level go up by 1, and I'm doing it this time instead of the way I did it with Neptune because it just looks so much better this way. So we go from 9 to 10, but then drop it all the way back down to 7. Look how close we were to getting back into the green. Oh, man. Oh, that would have been great to get it over there. But to be honest with you, between here and the end of the game, if we don't lower it at all anymore, then we will be more than fine to like not even get anywhere close to the end of this track. There's no zombies, there's no corpses, so we don't have to worry about any of that added to the deck or increasing of the mansion level. And as far as over here fixing up our guys go, everybody is healed by 1. So yay, Barry is back to full health. Joseph is a little bit hurt, but I think when I go back into the mansion, we're just going to pick out some new people. Ken will come back. Probably Ken and Rebecca, because I think they're the only 2 that those are the 2 I haven't used in a while. So we'll grab those. Hopefully we'll find more STARS members too, because I'd like to switch that up a little bit. They'll come back. Well, they're all healed. Everybody else off in the reserves are healed as well by 2, and I'll check that a little bit off camera. We got this grenade ammo going up to 3. We got 1 handgun back to full. We got 2 handguns back to full. Shotgun up to 5, so I didn't even use that, which is great. And we have a flamethrower at 10, and we have a dead plant. Other things like that, like on the bottom, untamed growth, where it just threw down a ton of vines in order to be able to take up space. And, you know, once it's closed, you have to kill them all to open it. Whiplash is just a massive attack that does a ton of pushing and also hits every character within range. So you got to watch out that as well. Anything with these like little lines on the bottom and everything means that it hits all characters within range. And again, based off of that, everybody is within range. So, you know, what did we didn't see? We just didn't see another drag. So that's it. There's not a lot for each one of the upper and lower levels, but man, when he hits you, it gives you something to think about for sure. With that said and done, let's head on over to our mansion map and finish this proper. And that, my friends, actually brings us to the end of the Bleak Outpost expansion. We have gone through every single one of the missions within this expansion. Isn't that exciting? All of this pretty much up, down, and around over here. Let's go ahead and put our little star right there. And I didn't mention it before when I was showing off Barry and Joseph, but we did end up getting the helmet key added to our inventory. This is now in the item box. And what this helmet key does is, even though we don't have a new thing added to the map, we now have access to first floor East C. So that goes there. This will actually bring us into the, what is that? That's the Into the Darkness expansion all over here. But before we do that, we're going to come over this way because we have access to first floor West C, a single thing right there in order to get another C item. We have third floor A, which actually branches off one more, and we have the basement. So that one item, the helmet key, one singular item, opened up a ton of places. If you were playing this without the expansions, the helmet key would have been inside of the C deck, and by now you would have access to it. It's just you don't get the helmet. If you're adding in Bleak Outpost, you don't get it until you finish defeating Plant 42, which I believe is what happens in the game anyway, because then you go back into the mansion from the garden, and of course, something really nasty follows us. Well, some things, I should say, but I'm not going to spoil anything else because we will go ahead and figure that out and see all that the next time we play. I am going to definitely, like I said, go on over here. We're going to do third floor A first, and then we're going to go right here as well. This will be our next boss encounter. Kind of like doing this thing and then a boss, because we did Aqua Ring A, boss, Guardhouse B, boss, third floor A, boss. And that brings that mansion level down significantly and really makes it worth it. I don't know how long this is in comparison to Guardhouse B, but I enjoyed this episode particularly because it was short, it was easy, to the point, and we had a lot of fun with Planty over here, didn't we, buddy? With all that said and done, guys, let me know what you thought of Guardhouse C, our fight with Plant 42, down in the comment section below. If you are playing your game at home and you've already fought him, what did you think of him as a boss? Be honest with you, he was easy. He was really, really way easier than I thought he was going to be, especially because once you got rid of those tentacles, you just had to lay in on him. And with 2 people, you had somebody already on the upper level. If you only did 1, if you're doing the solo, you start on the bottom floor, so you'd have to make your way up and around to get to those extra damage points. Having a second player already on the second floor to get to those extra damage points really lays into it quickly. Plus, if you did the V-Jolt thing, which, you know, we did over here, that just made the battle twice as easy that way. I don't know how we're going to do over the boss over here, but so far out of all the bosses, which really wasn't many so far, Neptune is my favorite so far by far. But Plant 42, nice, easy, to the point, direct, boom shakalaka, finished it up that way. Can't wait to show you guys the next episode of Resident Evil the board game or anything else I put out. So in order not to miss that, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, there's a ton of ways to do that down in the description section below. You got various links to where to find this game, whether it be on Steamforge's website or Noble Knight Games or Amazon or any all kinds of cool stuff like that. If you're looking to pick this up for yourself, I think Bleak Outpost is still available in various places, so keep an eye out for that. if you wish to add it to your game. Honestly, the base game for Resident Evil is really, really good. Once you get these expansions and actually add them to your game, I can't see playing this game without them, personally. I also really love Resident Evil as a game, so it makes sense doing all of this as well. But regardless of all of that, no matter what, in the end, your view, your like, your share, your comment, you being you here right now, watching me play against this thing, telling me what you think, enjoying this, feeling our energy together as we explore the Spencer Mansion, that is really what brings me back, makes me do these, gives me the drive, the energy, and the motivation, and all that other great stuff in order to complete through. I'm really excited. We've come such a long way. We still have a bits to go, but we're getting there. And I'm very excited to see where the next, what leads us in to the next area as we proceed through the next door. Guys, thank you so much again. Take care of yourselves and each other. We're family forever, gaming together. Until next time, water your plants, because you never know when they're going to come after you. Guys, have a good one. I'll catch you later.